Hello friends, welcome back. Let's now start with the third task of PT speaking, which is called describe image. The reason this task is called describe image is because you will get an image on your screen. You get about 25 seconds to see and understand what that image is about, after which you'll hear a beep sound, and as soon as you hear a beep sound, a recording blue bar will start and it will keep on moving for 40 seconds. So within those 40 seconds, which is the maximum time, you need to describe the given image on your screen. Now, since the name of this task is describe image, you can get any type of image. It could be a graph or a chart, like a flow chart, a pie chart, a bar graph. It could be a diagram, like a process diagram. It could also be a hierarchy chart, which is again like a flow chart. It could be a picture or a painting. It could be a photograph. Or it could also be a simple quote. A quote means like a statement said by or spoken by some famous person, and you just need to describe that in your own words. The number of questions which you get for this task is either 4 or 5. Now, coming to the marks distribution, and what I'm going to speak now is very important. This task is strictly speaking a pure speaking task, which means it's an independent task. It will give marks only and only to the speaking score, unlike the other tasks of speaking, all of which are integrated tasks. Out of 90 points, the total contribution of describe image is approximately somewhere between 15 to 22 points, 15 being the lowest, and 20 to 22 points, or maybe 25 points if you get the fifth or sixth question out of a total of 90 in your speaking score. Now, I'm going to tell you a very important thing about this task, and which you should consider as a golden mantra or a guru mantra for this task. And that is, because describe image is a pure speaking task and an independent task which contributes only and only to the speaking score, how you speak matters much more than what you speak. Again, I'm saying, how you phrase your answer and the way you speak and deliver your answer matters much more than content. That does not mean that content doesn't matter. It does matter. But as far as the scoring parameters are concerned, according to the official PT score guide, there are 3 main parameters. 1. Oral fluency. 2. Pronunciation. 3. Content. Now, as per the score guide, you get a total out of 5 points for each of these 3 parameters. So the total score per answer will be out of 15 points. 5 for fluency or oral fluency, 5 for pronunciation, and 5 for content. So the total will be 5 plus 5 plus 5 out of 15. Now, this does not mean you get 15 points out of 90. Just imagine that the total score consideration for describe image per question is imaginatively 15 points. Let's say it's an imaginary number, and you get graded out of those 15 points, which then translates with some secret calculation done by PT in the background to a score out of maximum 15 or 20 out of 90. Let's think of it like that. Now, the most important thing in this task is your oral fluency, which means how fluently you speak. The second most important thing is your pronunciation, means how clearly you speak, so that the software understands what you are speaking. And the least or the third most important thing in that category of marking order and criteria is your content score, means what you speak. And that's why I said how you speak matters much more than what you speak. Now, to make this task easy, what I would like to suggest is the usage of a fixed structure or a template. A template in a sense means fixed lines or sentences which you can use for every answer and still expect a full score of 15 out of 15 points per correct answer of describe image. Thousands and thousands of my students and our students have used this template successfully over many years, and it still works. And still a lot of our students get a perfect 90 in speaking because they perform describe image in the correct way. and hence it is a very, very important task which you cannot neglect. I'd also like to share some more information. As I said, you'll get about 25 seconds on your screen where you'll see a reverse timer like 25, 24, 23, 0. So in those 25 seconds, you're supposed to see and understand the image which is on your screen. In those 25 seconds, what I would suggest is do not take any notes. You do get a sheet and a pen where you can take some notes, but it's not recommended. Instead of that, just simply read the words and numbers on your screen and try to speak those numbers a bit loud so that you can hear your own voice. That way, your brain and your tongue, your mind and your tongue will know what they should speak when the actual beep sound happens at the end of 25 seconds and what it actually should speak. Also, because everybody in the test center room will be speaking at the same time, it is highly recommended that in those 25 seconds before the beep sound, you practice by reading aloud whatever you can see on your screen. That way you'll gain some confidence and you'll be ready and you'll know what exactly you need to speak once you hear the beep sound and the blue recording bar starts. My other suggestion is try to speak for an ideal length of about half time or slightly more than half time in this task. So the ideal time is generally somewhere around 25 seconds. That is slightly more than half time, just 2 or 3 blue bars more than half time. There is no need to speak for the entire duration of 40 seconds, which is the entire duration for which the blue bar will move. It's not required at all. There is no problem if you speak more, but I don't think it's required and it's not recommended either. Shorter you keep it, the better. Now, coming to the point which you all have been waiting for, and that is the template which I recommend you all to follow. It's a very simple template, and I guarantee you, if you use it the right way, you will get full marks for this task. So, any image which you see on your screen, you can start off like this. In front of me on the screen is an image which is very colorful and beautiful. Very simple sentence, moderate length sentence. Again, I'll repeat it. In front of me on the screen is an image which is very colorful and beautiful. Full stop. You can hear the way I'm speaking. I'm speaking in a very flat voice. I'm not stressing on words. I'm not separating words. I'm speaking smoothly, not slow, not fast, but with full confidence and at a moderate pace so that the software understands each and every word which I speak properly. Then comes sentence number 2. If you see any heading on top of your image or anything written below the image, you can just read that whole line and use it as a title sentence. For example, the title of the given image is Coffee Exports in Africa in 1990, for example. And if there is no title, you can just say the given image is without any title. So now, let's say these two sentences together. In front of me on the screen is an image which is very colorful and beautiful. The title of the given image is Coffee Exports in Africa in 1990. This is how you deliver two sentences with a very, very small pause at the full stop between the sentences. Okay? Now coming to the main line or sentence in the template, which you can repeat again and again, and just read and fit those keywords from the screen or the numbers from the screen in that sentence. And that line is this. On the image I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. On the image I can see 5, 6, 7, 8. On the image I can see 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. On the image I can see 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now, what I mean is, instead of these numbers, you're just supposed to fit in words whichever you see on your image. For example, in front of me on the screen is an image which is very colorful and beautiful. The title of the image is Different Planets in the World. On the screen I can see Jupiter, Uranus, Mercury, Neptune. On the screen I can see Earth, Venus, Saturn, Neptune and Jupiter. So here, you just have to read the words which you see on your screen. Even if there are numbers which are given, feel free to speak numbers as well. Also, at the beginning of these sentences, if you are comfortable and if you wish, you can also add connectors like moreover, furthermore, in addition. It doesn't make any difference in the score, but still it's a good practice to use such connectors or fillers, not fillers but connectors at the beginning of your sentence. That can help with the fluency naturally and organically. You can repeat the same line 5 to 6 times, as many times as required. And again, I will repeat, you don't need to cover or speak all the words or numbers from your screen. You don't. Okay? If you're not sure about the pronunciation of certain word, you can skip it. You just need to speak about 7 or 10 words which you see on your screen in a clear way or in a clear voice so that the software can give you a pretty good score for content. Also, if you have no words or less information on your screen, you can also talk about shapes and sizes. You can talk about the colors, You can say like this. In front of me on the screen is an image which is very colorful and beautiful. There is no title in the given image. On the screen I can see a lot of greenery. On the screen I can see the blue sky and the sun. On the screen I can see clouds. I can also see different trees and a lot of greenery on the screen. On the screen I can see the ground's surface and dust particles. On the screen I can see wet leaves and dry leaves. On the screen I can see different colors like green, blue, yellow, orange. Green is my favorite color, You can speak like this also. Also, I'll give you an extra bonus tip now. If you don't know what to speak and if your brain freezes, which can happen sometimes because of the surrounding noise or disturbance in the room, what you can do is, you can just read the instruction sentence given at the top of the image, Look at the image below. You have 25 seconds to speak about this image. So you can speak that line in your answer as a part of your answer if you have nothing else to speak. You don't need to worry at all. Believe me, guaranteed, if you focus on fluency, speak with a confident voice, I assure you, you will get full marks in every single answer of described image. Now coming to the last line of the template. Whenever you want to finish an answer, I'll give you 2 steps. Either you say, in conclusion, the given image is very informative and colorful and beautiful. Simple. I'll repeat again. In conclusion, the given image is very informative and colorful and beautiful. Simple. Or you can just repeat the topic sentence again. In conclusion, this was a very informative image about coffee exports in Africa in 1990. Next. Now, let's say you have spoken for just slightly more than half time. What you must do immediately is, as soon as the last word of the answer comes out of your mouth, there is a next button on your screen. Click next immediately. You must not wait even 1 second after you say the last word. Why not? Because if you do not speak and if the microphone detects silence for 3 seconds or more, it will penalize you and your score in speaking will go down. Your score in oral fluency will go down. Why do you want to take a chance? That's why you should not wait even for 1 second. There is no rush. Be relaxed, be confident, but as soon as you finish your answer, click next. Once you click next, immediately you will be asked, are you sure you want to go to the next question? No, yes. So yes. So basically, next yes, next yes. You have to hit in quick succession. In short, you must finish your answer ideally in about 25 seconds. That is slightly more than half time. That is the ideal time limit. Now you might think, what will happen if I keep on speaking and whole 40 seconds time is up? Will my answer be recorded if somehow I don't click on next? What will happen? Yes, the full answer of 40 seconds will be recorded and will be submitted, even if you don't click next, which eventually you will have to, but it will be recorded and submitted. But my suggestion is, why waste time? Why waste energy? It's not required, so you don't need to do it. Just follow my advice, and any image you get, just learn this template, and I guarantee you, if you speak confidently, you will get a very good score. My other suggestion is, don't repeat words even if you make a mistake, which means don't correct your mistakes. What has been said has been spoken. You can't undo it. Okay? So no point correcting your mistakes, no point fumbling. Try not to do those fillers are not very helpful. You don't have to speak very fast like a robot. No, you don't have to do that. But don't stress on words individually like this. In front of me on the screen is an image. The given image is very colorful and beautiful. See, you don't have to speak like that, right? You are not going to impress the software. You just have to express what is given in the image by reading the words and the numbers on the screen. If you're not comfortable with something, either mimic that sound or just skip that word or number. It's okay. You can talk about shapes and colors also. I think that's all, guys. I have covered everything. Whatever you have to do in this task, it's a very simple task. I hope now if you see any image, you will not feel afraid about describing it. And I have one last tip before I end this session. There will be so many things in your day-to-day life which you can describe. For example, you pick up your toothpaste, you pick up a newspaper, you pick up a fruit. You just see around yourself in the room where you are sitting right now. Try to describe it using this template. It's very simple. Once you learn it, you will remember it for life and you cannot unlearn it. Because it is not a template actually. It is just the same sentence which you are repeating 4 to 5 or 6, 7 times. That's it. And in every sentence, try to fit 4 to 5, 3 to 5, 4 to 5 keywords smoothly. Don't take a pause between the keywords. So just speak like this. On the image, I can see India, China, Japan, Malaysia, and Indonesia. On the image, I can moreover also see Croatia and Zimbabwe. Furthermore, in the image, I can see different countries like Pakistan, Zimbabwe, and Malaysia. So try to speak fluently, full confidence, and that's it. Now, I think I'm going to end this video and let's move on to the next session. My name is Malcolm. Thank you.